Hello, Sagittarians. Intuitive Soul Coach here with your July bonus reading. So welcome if you are new to my channel, and welcome back if you are returning. Today we will be tuning into the collective energy of my beautiful Sagittarians, and we're going to get a little bit of a bonus, maybe something we missed off the career or love readings, maybe even the new moon reading. Today we're not going to go into anything specific. We're just going to let the energy speak for itself. I will tell you that all of the readings I've been doing for each sign for the bonus section have been quite deep. So don't be surprised if we go into some heavy stuff today, but we'll be taking a look at the past energy, present, and future, and we will be clarifying as well. So if you are interested, Sag, in signing up for a free reading or even a personal reading, you can find both of those links in the description box below. And if you are interested in checking out your other placements, certainly do that as well. And I will post the link in the description box for your July career, love, and new moon reading. All right. So do you want those together, Spirit? Yeah, thank you. Well, starting off here in your past energy, we have three major arcana showing up. So very interesting energy. I'm excited to read this for you. All right. Let's take a look here. One more, Spirit. Oh, thank you. You do want that one. Okay. You want that one with another. All right. And we're just going to get two more here for your present before we clarify the cards. So Sagittarians, I do feel like your energy is a tad bit chaotic this month. I feel like there's a lot going on for you. Thank you, Spirit. And one more. And I feel like you're definitely looking for answers, which we will try to dive into today. All right. And lastly, oh, liking this. Okay. So let's just tune into your energy here right away. Right in the recent past, we have the intuition card here. This is the High Priestess. So what has your gut been trying to tell you in the past? I feel like there's been a lot of signs, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of double numbers here, symbols, maybe even information in your dreams that maybe led you to believe something here. I feel like your intuition knew something that maybe you were stuffing down a tiny bit and didn't want to really believe in at this time, or maybe you weren't listening to it, Sag. But I feel for many of you, what happened here is I feel like some sort of truth came out for you with this intuition, and it caused you to kind of go into that defense mode where you needed to stand your ground in a situation here. We have the Seven of Wands energy, and this is the card of defending your position, trying to be your personal best, but needing to stand your ground against anybody that comes in and defies you. Anybody that comes in and makes you feel like maybe they have the upper hand. This is you coming in and standing your ground for your beliefs, your thoughts, and really going in and finally listening to that intuition here, listening to the piece of you that has been trying to tell you something all along in a situation. We do have two solitude energies coming out, two major arcanas here with the Hermit card, and then we also have the Hierophant as well. So I feel like you've learned and gained a lot of wisdom in a situation. Maybe you went off to do some spiritual studying here, Sagittarius, or maybe there were some deep lessons in the past regarding using your intuition to move forward in a situation here. So we first have the Hierophant here, and that's all about divine guidance. And it's all about gaining that wisdom, gaining that look at life, like really taking a good solid look at where you've been and where you're going, taking the lessons that you've learned from the past and needing to stand your ground in certain situations in order for you to move forward in the direction that you want to go. And I feel like these two cards are coming out together because maybe you were even forced to go into some sort of solitude here because your circumstances or surroundings were a little bit too much for you. Maybe you needed to take a break a little bit from society. I'm actually getting a song. It is a song called Society by, I believe, Eddie Vedder. If you've ever heard that song, Sagittarius, or if somebody would like to post the link in the description box, I feel like the the lyrics of that song really kind of go hand in hand with this as well. But you've gained a lot from the past. Maybe that's a song you were just listening to, or maybe you feel like you needed to kind of take a pause back. And in order for you to get to this spot of being at your personal best and not letting anybody come in and kind of grab the power from underneath you, you've had to learn and go through these lessons here in the recent past. So let's take a look at your future, or excuse me, your present. So in your present, we have the wish fulfillment card, the 9 of Cups energy, and the 9 of Cups is the most positive card in the deck. It's about emotional fulfillment, abundance. However, I feel because we have the moving on card that is smack dab in the middle, there's a lot here, Sagittarius, that you need to move away from so you can manifest the life that you really want to seek. This card also always points to the concept of be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. So what I'm feeling is if you aren't moving on, if you're staying stuck in any past situations here, you might manifest that, even if that's not necessarily your wish fulfillment. But I feel for many of you, this is a very beautiful time if you're able to kind of move on from the past, because you can see here that his back's turned. His back's turned against that dark side, the past here. He's learned, he's gained the wisdom, and he's able to move forward towards the light. And I feel the light for you is going to bring that wish fulfillment. And then we have the Chariot card coming up. So we have another major arcana smack dab in the middle of your current energy. And this is all about triumphant success. It's about movement forward. It's the card of travel, confidence. It is the Cancer card as well. So maybe you are dealing with a Cancer. However, in your future energy, we have something that maybe you've been trying to work on for a while, because I feel like you have two choices here. Sagittarius, you have two choices coming in, and I feel like there's something that you've almost turned your back onto in the past here. Something, again, that maybe you've tried moving on from over and over and over again. Maybe that's a job, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a pattern or an addiction. Whatever this is for you, you've tried to move on, and I feel like you're finally at the place showing up in the future where you've waited a while, because you have the Patience card coming up here. This is waited a while. Finally, you're coming to that place where you're able to compromise, and you realize that no matter what, this is going to be a defeat. You can't stay in this position anymore of looking at this past, okay? And I feel like that's what you're moving away from in your current energy. Whatever it is in your future that you are releasing, I feel like, because that's what you're doing, it's still a work in progress, Sag. I'm not going to say that it's going to be all roses and butterflies. I wish I could. But this is something I feel you are overcoming, but you realize now that there is defeat in this situation. And with the 5 of Swords showing up here, this is almost like you're walking away from conflict. It's you finally knowing when to walk away from something that isn't serving you. It's you choosing your battles. It could be petty arguments as well, but it's all about knowing when to walk away. Let go of any resentment that you have towards a situation and move on to bigger and better. All right. And then we do have the 7 of Swords energy with the deception and envy. And a lot of times this can be the card of the lying, sneaking, cheating. But really what I'm feeling is somebody was avoiding the truth because they were in some sort of selfish energy here. But I feel like that's what you are freeing yourself from. We have it right next to moving on. And you can see here that he's moving into the direction here. So I feel like you're releasing yourself from not being true. Because in the past, we have that intuition. So maybe you were not listening to your intuition regarding a certain situation here in the past, Sagittarius. And I feel like you're moving on to a new way of thinking. You're releasing any sort of deceptive behavior that maybe was self-sabotaging to you. Maybe this is somebody in your life that maybe was a little bit deceptive for you. Take it how it resonates here. But I'm definitely getting that you're moving on from any conflict. You don't want conflict in your life anymore. I mean, who does want conflict? But I feel like this has been a battle for you, a battle. And that's why you can see here that he's still down at the bottom of the stairs, kind of walking away. He's in that defeat mode. But what you can see here is there's a candle. There's still a flame lit. So it means that there is hope. And I'm feeling like because you've tried something for a long time here with the patients, you've tried to compromise, you've tried to blend your energy in a situation here. And now is the time to get rid of any energy that says you're not being 110% honest or truthful with yourself, or somebody else, if they're not being 110% honest with you as well, it's time to move on from that. And then in your final card here, we have Leo energy. This is the Strength card. Sagittarius, this is all about getting rid of any self-sabotage, really walking fearlessly into your own power, stepping into that inner strength that you very much have, Sag, and really living life on not just your terms, but being a powerful influence that everybody around you lights up because they can't help but be in your presence because you finally stepped into your power. And that's what I'm getting with this energy here with this Leo card is you've come to a place that you finally accepted defeat in a situation. You've changed your perception. You're being honest with yourself. You've gained the wisdom because you have been through the solitude period here. You're finally, instead of being defensive with the world, which I feel for many of you, this is something that maybe you did for a little bit. Maybe you were very defensive in your energy and you felt like everybody that you talked to is either lying or not being honest, or maybe the circumstances you thought, oh gosh, the world owes me, or not so much the world owes me, but when is my luck going to turn around? So you felt a little defensive, but I feel like now you're I almost want to say rolling in, like rolling into that power where you're really dropping into that second, third chakra power issues that maybe you've had in the past of not feeling powerful, not feeling heard, not feeling loved, not feeling worthy. And I feel like it's almost like you're surrendering to other people's expectations. You're releasing that. So not so much surrendering and saying, I accept that that's what it is. But what you're doing is you're putting your sword up, you're putting your shield up, or in this case, you're putting your wand up and you're saying, you know what, enough is enough. I am a powerful being. I have a lot to offer. I am worthy. And I feel like you're moving on and your wishes are finally going to start coming true, because I feel for many of you, a big chunk of your life had to do with expectations as well. What is am I going to be surrounded by people that, I can't trust? Am I going to constantly be struggling some sort of conflict or defeat? Something that you've been patient, waiting. When is my time going to turn around? And I feel for you in your present energy here, Sagittarius, that you're really manifesting that life that you want. You know why? Because you are standing your ground. You're listening to your intuition. You've gained whatever it is that you need to move forward and make the positive choices. So let's clarify some of this energy for you. Spirit, can you please... Okay, they do want those. I was going to say, can you please tell me what it is in your past that you've had to kind of defend your position here, defend who you are? And yeah, makes sense. We have the Tower showing up. So something in the past really shook your foundation, whether this was something in your job, it was a relationship, some sort of loss, a physical loss, emotional loss here, whatever this was for you, this Tower moment, it wasn't good because we have all of these cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the World. So we have 4 major arcana here, which are huge. So what this is telling me is the world has kind of put up this turtle shell around you, right? From your circumstances, from your past, especially this Tower moment that happened, whether it was in the recent past or whether it happened 5 years ago or 20 years ago. With this Tower moment, this is something that really came in for you, Sag, and turn the course of your life almost upside down. This was a huge shock for you, a huge chaos, a huge disruption on your life path. And you felt with the wheel showing up in reverse at that time, you thought, geez, why is this bad luck streak after me? When is it going to change here? When can I get a new beginning? But this is also very risky, foolish. It's almost like childlike energy. Maybe you're energy was showing out a little bit of childish behavior based on this Tower moment because, you know, it shook you. You didn't know how to respond. And maybe you led to doing behaviors or doing things that were a little bit childish. I mean, who wouldn't, Sag? I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes we handle things in a certain way depending on circumstances. But we have the world showing up here, and it's saying that everything that's come to your life here, you felt stuck, or you felt like there was some sort of setback or some sort of lack of a lesson learned or some sort of unfinished lesson. But I feel like that's really what has made you who you are today. Stand your ground. All right. Wow, that was pretty deep. I told you these were going to get kind of deep. Spirit, can you please clarify the wish fulfillment for Sag? What is it that they are trying to accomplish at this time with the 9 of Cups energy? What are they manifesting or wanting to manifest? What is this abundance or this success or this happiness showing up for my beautiful Sagittarians? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, gosh. We have the same exact cards. We have the 7 of Wands, which is this card that I was just talking about for the last however long. Okay, so the 7 of Wands. This is what you're manifesting, a stronger version of yourself, somebody that is trying to let their guard down a little bit so they're able to move forward in a positive new direction, but not enough where they can let people come in and walk all over them. So I feel like you're manifesting a better, stronger version of yourself based on the lessons that you've been through. And we have the Temperance card showing up here again. And this is all about patience. You've waited a while for this wish fulfillment, and you've waited a while to come back into balance with yourself here is what I'm getting. And Sag, you actually even might have some Libra placements in your chart as well. So let's take a look at what you are moving on from. What is it that you're moving on from at this time? I'm also getting the name Christopher for you. Christopher might have shown up in a reading in the past. Christopher, please take it as it resonates. All right. All right. And we have a couple of, oh, wow. We have the Temperance showing up once again here. So very important message. Whatever it is that you've waited a while to see if you could manifest, or your luck would change, or if the universe would kind of step in and give you that break that you've been waiting for, you're taking life into your own hands at this time. You're moving on from anything that keeps you stuck, and you're moving on fairly quickly at this time here, Sag. I feel like there was some possible news that came in your current energy if you haven't received it already. This is some sort of news that you've been waiting to hear, some sort of communication here. It could have to do with a new financial plan for you. It could have to do with either something you've invested your time, money, energy into. I feel like you're going to receive some sort of news, and it's going to be good news from the look of it, something that might take off pretty quick, something that actually you might, for the first time, be committed into doing. And the reason why I say first time is because this is something you've been waiting for a while. And with the Hierophant, this is divinely guided. This could lead to a higher level commitment. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to manifest and achieve has the potential here to really be beautiful. Can you continue to stand your ground, be at your personal best, and let down your wall enough to accept help or to accept the divine messages that come through to help you along your path and journey? You know, there's an old saying that I like to hear, and it comes to mind when I really see this card showing up twice for you, Sag. So I want you to either write this down or really remember this in your head. When we compete with others, we become bitter. But when we compete with ourselves, we become better. Okay, I'm going to repeat that one more time. When we compete with others, we become bitter. But when we compete with ourselves, we become better. And the reason I'm saying that is don't let life make you hard. Okay, I know that you've had things in your life that certainly have brought up your walls, and that's what I'm sensing here. But make sure that you don't turn into that bitter because you're letting life kind of throw the mud at you, and you're not letting that wall down. Compete to be a better version of yourself daily, and you're going to become a better version of yourself. All right. Spirit, can we please clarify? What do we want to clarify here? let's clarify this conflict and defeat here, okay? So what is it that you feel like you aren't going to win? You know, choosing your battles. And I feel like, you know, if I'm being honest, intuitively, I feel like it's standing your ground. You're not going to win against trying to level up to everybody else's expectations, nor should you try. The only expectations here that you should be living up to, Sag, are your own. Let's thank you, Spirit. Yeah. 4 of Swords. That is that time of deep rest here. So it kind of does go hand in hand, because you can see here, let's just put these out here. You can see here that he does look defeated. Take that time of rest, work on yourself, self-love, self-care, self-growth. And I feel like you're going to move on just fine from this. You've already put in the work. You're at the end. You're at the light at the end of the tunnel of something that you've been trying to fight, but release, let go, surrender to that fight, because it's something that it's not going to serve you. Even if you won at all mentality, it wouldn't be worth the fight, is what I am getting here. All right, let's take a look here at the Power. Your final card here. Let's see what this Strength card is an overall kind of message to your reading. Whoa. Okay, how would you like these, Spirit? Thank you. Beautiful. You're going to love this here, Sag. And overall, the Strength card showing up, if you are able to move past these obstacles, which I certainly believe you are, Sag, I feel with this Power energy showing up for you, this Leo energy, if you can avoid self-sabotage and you can open yourself up enough to be a little bit vulnerable, because sometimes you won't let that shield down. If you can drop your shield enough to, again, allow people to come in and help you, and allow your heart chakra to give and receive. Don't hold yourself up in a turtle shell. You have, this is my favorite card in the whole deck. It's the 6 of Wands. It's the card of badass success. It's the card of being raised up, accomplishment, like a successful conclusion. It's the card of victory, fame, especially following a difficult period. So I love seeing that card coming up with the Power, because I feel like that's a very important card for you. And with that success, whatever it is that you've been putting your time, energy, and effort into, whatever you're able to release as a lesson instead of something that needed to be won, which it really didn't, there's celebration here. This is the card of reunion as well, but the 3 of Cups is all about celebrating with friends, with family, with your community, socializing as well. It could be some sort of wedding reception or a reunion, the news of some sort of abundance or a job. It could even be you passing a test on something, but I feel like there is success coming in for you. And we have the 9 of Swords showing up here. So the 9 of Swords in reverse is saying that you're shutting down something that isn't serving you. Any anxiety, again, any deception, envy, anything that you feel like you're completing, you're shutting down and you're getting rid of the anxiety. Anything that keeps you awake at night, Sag, release, because it's not serving your higher good. And there is a little bit of self-healing that's coming into play here. So make sure you're taking a little bit of time out for yourself, even if it's just a day. Even if you can get a whole weekend, awesome. But know that this is coming in for you, and this is what you can manifest, okay? I feel like these go together. The wish fulfillment card for you is going to lead, this is success. This is celebration, reunion. It's everything that you've been working for you're going to start to see the efforts from it. The world isn't out to get you, so to speak. Don't harden yourself is what I'm getting. Be vulnerable enough to let the universe show you how much you are loved. Let's get one last message here from Spirit before we wrap up the reading for you, Sag. Let's get one last message from a beautiful, thank you. All right. Oh, yes. So we have breathe and we have hope. So the breathe card says, breath. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. So maybe a piece of that work, that little bit of healing, if you do anything with breath work, Sag, maybe take the time out, because I feel for many of you, you've been taking smaller, shallow breaths. Really take those breaths from the tummy area here. That's what this power is all about, that solar plexus area right here. So take those deep, deep breaths from your stomach and let it move throughout your whole body. Because again, for many of you, you're taking those short, shallow breaths from the chest and not really getting down in there, okay? And then lastly, we have hope. It says, your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you are at a low point, whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is always hope. And that's something I feel like you need to remember sometimes, Sag, especially when you're feeling in that area of not really standing in your power as much as you wish you could, or not standing your ground enough. Not being, there's a difference between standing your ground and being too vulnerable, okay? And I feel like your job is to find a balance between the two, but not step out of your power. Don't give your power away. And there's always hope in all situations. Pretty intense, pretty deep reading here, Sag, but I feel like you got a lot of beautiful things coming your way. And I feel like this triumphant success card, something is very successful on the mend. You put in the work for it. I'm really proud of you. I'm sending out a huge shout of accomplishment, a big hug, because I feel like you have been through the ringer, and you have some beautiful new beginnings coming into your future here. Make sure you take a look at next week's readings, the full moon. We'll take a look at what you're celebrating. And if you did happen to miss out on the love, the love energy reading, or the career, or even the new moon, you can take a look at those. I will link those in the description box below. And again, sending lots of love and light.